Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Wilson. I miss you so much. I wanted to make this video for you because one of the things we were going to learn about in school together this year was counting money, counting coins. And since we aren't together at school, I still wanted to do a little bit of a lesson for you. I'm going to do one today, and then I have another lesson on counting money that will include a great game you can play at home with your family, a really easy and fun one. But today's video is going to be introducing coins to you. There are 4 different coins that we're going to be learning about. I have a poem to help you remember each one of them. Then I'm going to read you a story, and then we're going to sort some coins today. If you do these things at home, if you watch this video and sort some coins at home and maybe try to repeat the poems that I'm going to teach you today, you're going to know all about money and you're going to be ready to go in 2nd grade. So I'm going to start with my coins. The first coin we're going to look at is a penny. Here's a big penny so you can see it. Abraham Lincoln is on the front of the penny. Here's a real life-sized penny that you might see if you were shopping. Okay? And here's the poem that goes with the penny. It says, "Penny, penny, easily spent, copper brown and worth 1 cent." So when you're counting pennies, it's so simple because you just count by ones. 1 penny is 1 cent. 2 pennies, 2 cents. What would 4 pennies be? 4 cents. What would 8 pennies be? You know, 8 cents. What would 12 pennies be? 12 cents. So simple to count pennies, right? Let's look at our next coin. Our next coin is called a nickel. This is what a nickel looks like. Here's a big one so you can see it. And here's a real life-sized one that you might see if you were out shopping. Thomas Jefferson is on the front of the nickel. Do you remember learning about him in class? He was one of our presidents. He was our 3rd president, and he lived in a place called Monticello here in Virginia. He was born in Virginia. So he's on the front of the nickel. And the poem for the nickel goes, "Nickel, nickel, thick and fat, you're worth 5 cents, I know that." So when we're counting nickels, we're counting by fives. You know how to count by fives. So 1 nickel is 5 cents. 2 nickels would be 5, 10, 10 cents. 3 nickels would be 5, 10, 15 cents. Let's do 5 nickels. How much would that be? 5 groups of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 cents. So counting nickels is pretty simple because all you need to do is count by fives, and you know how to do that really well. The next coin we're going to look at is a dime. This is what a dime looks like. Here's a big example for you. And then here's a smaller one, a real life one that you might use when you were out shopping. This is a dime. Mr. Roosevelt is on the front of the dime, and the poem for the dime goes, "Dime, dime, little and thin, I remember you're worth 10. So when you're counting dimes, you're just counting by tens. 1 dime is 10 cents. 2 dimes, 10, 20, 20 cents. 3 dimes, 10, 20, 30 cents. How much would 5 dimes be? 5 groups of 10. Let's check it out. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents. Let's see if you can figure this one out. What would 7 dimes be? 7 groups of 10. What about 9 dimes? 9 groups of 10. Awesome. The last coin we're going to look at is called a quarter. A quarter is our largest coin, and it's worth the most money. A quarter is worth 25 cents. And the poem goes, "Quarter, quarter, big and bold, you're worth 25, I am told." We didn't learn to count by 25s in class, but we did do fractions. Remember, fractions were a piece of the whole thing. So 1/4 is the same as 1/4. 1/4 of a dollar is 25 cents. 2/4 is half a dollar. That would be 50 cents. 3/4 of a dollar is 3/4. That's 75 cents. And 4/4 is 1 whole dollar because we have the whole thing. So 4/4 makes a dollar. That's pretty cool. Now that we've seen all 4 coins that we're going to be studying, and we learned a poem for each one, I'm going to read you a book. The book is called Jelly Beans for Sale. And then after we read the book, we're going to sort some coins. We're going to sort them by their name and by their value, how much they're worth. But first, let's explore this great book. It's called Jelly Beans for Sale, and it's written by Bruce McMillian. There's a poem at the beginning. 1 for a penny, 10 for a dime. Count them and buy them, you'll have a good time. So in this book, if you'd like to buy a jelly bean, 1 jelly bean costs 1 cent. That means we'll need a penny. 10 jelly beans would be 10 cents. So you could use a dime, and there are some other ways you could make 10 cents by putting some coins together. We're going to see that in the book. Jelly beans for sale. And here at the front there's a chart to remind us. 1 penny equals 1 cent. 1 nickel equals 5 cents. 1 dime equals 10 cents. And 1/4 equals 25 cents. This symbol here is a symbol for cents. It's a C with a vertical line through it. Jelly beans for sale. Oh, he's cute. Let's see what's happening. 1 cent equals 1 jelly bean. So he wanted to buy 1 jelly bean, and he had 1 penny, 1 cent. So that's what he can buy. Perfect. There he is enjoying his jelly bean. The next group wants to buy 5 jelly beans, and they have 5 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies equals 5 cents. So we can buy 5 jelly beans. And there they are, the friends enjoying their jelly beans together. Let's see about the next one. Here's another way to have 5 cents. Instead of having 5 pennies, you could have a nickel. Remember a nickel? Nickel, nickel, thick and fat. You're worth 5 cents. I know that. So we have a nickel for 5 cents. 5 cents means we can get 5 jelly beans. And there she is enjoying her jelly beans. Okay, this little girl wants to buy 10 jelly beans. And this is how she's going to make 10 cents. She's going to use a nickel. That's 5. And then she's going to use 5 pennies. 5 plus 5, that's a doubles fact. That makes 10. That's what we were looking for. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So she has 10 cents, and she can buy 10 jelly beans. And there's the addition sentence that shows us that. 1 cent plus 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 5 cents equals 10 jelly beans. And there she is. She matches her jelly beans pretty well. She's wearing red and yellow, and that's what color her jelly beans were. Here's the next page. Another way to buy 10 jelly beans. This time we used 2 nickels. 5, 10. 5 plus 5 equals 10. So they can buy 10 jelly beans with their 2 nickels. And there they are. They match theirs as well. Here's another way to buy 10 jelly beans. Remember our dime? Dime, dime, little and thin. I remember you're worth 10. So a dime is 10 cents. That means I can buy 10 jelly beans. There he is enjoying his jelly beans. Ooh, this little girl wants to buy 25 jelly beans. And she has made 25 cents in an interesting way. She used 1 dime, 2 nickels, and 5 pennies. So let's look at this. A dime is 10 cents. 2 nickels, let me see. 5, 10. Ooh, another 10 cents. 10 plus 10 makes, it's a doubles fact, 20. And then we have our pennies, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. She's got herself 25 cents, so she can buy 25 jelly beans, and she's saving some for later. Here's another way to buy 25 jelly beans. We've got 2 dimes, 10, 20. Here they are. 10, 20. Dimes are worth 10. And 5 pennies. So we have 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 cents. He can buy 25 jelly beans, and his uniform matches the jelly beans he bought. Here's another way to buy 25 jelly beans. You can use your 2 dimes again. 10, 20. Here they are. 10, 20. And then a nickel to go with them. 10, 20, 25. 25 cents equals 25 jelly beans. He has 20 blue ones and 5 white ones. Ooh, here's another way to spend 25 cents. She has 25 pennies. So we're going to trade those in and get 25 jelly beans. 25 pennies. Remember, we count by ones for pennies. 25 pennies. Wow, look at that addition sentence. Makes 25 cents, so they can buy 25 jelly beans. And it looks like they spent it on an ice cream cone and they put their jelly beans right on top. That's kind of fun. And here's the last way they're showing us to spend 25 cents. Remember that big coin? Quarter, quarter, big and bold. You're worth 25, I am told. So a quarter makes 25 cents, and they can trade it to buy 25 jelly beans. And she's enjoying her jelly beans. And that's the end of the book. And the person who was selling the jelly beans made all of this money, and she's saving it in her piggy bank. That's pretty cute. I liked that story. Now we're going to sort some coins. Remember, sorting means putting things that are alike into groups. So here are some coins that I have. Some of them are quarters, some of them are dimes, some are nickels, and some are pennies. So I'm going to sort them by their name. So I'm going to start with my quarters. Remember my big quarter? Quarter, quarter, big and bold. You're worth 25, I am told. So I'm looking for large coins. Ooh, and they have George Washington on the front. That's pretty cool. So here's a quarter. There's another one. Let's see if I can find any more quarters. Here's another quarter. I think that's all my quarters. Okay, great. I had 3 to sort in that group. So I have 3 quarters, and each one is worth 25 cents. Now let's sort the dimes. Here's my dime to remind me. Dime, dime, little and thin. I remember you're worth 10. So dimes have Mr. Roosevelt on the front, and they're worth 10 cents. They're actually the smallest coin. They're silver, just like the quarters and the nickels. But they're the smallest ones, so that helps me remember. Here are 4 dimes right here. There's another one. Oh, here's a dime, and there's a dime. So these are all my dimes. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dimes. 7 groups of 10. Do you know how much that is? 70 cents. So I'm going to move these over here in their own little space. So I've got my quarters in one group. I've got my dimes in another group. Let's sort the nickels. Nickels are another silver coin. Remember, Thomas Jefferson is on the front of the nickel. And the poem goes, nickel, nickel, thick and fat. You're worth 5 cents. I know that. They say a nickel is thick and fat because if you turn it to the side, you can see it's thicker than the others. We talked about thickness as one of the attributes when we were learning to sort in class. Here's a nickel with Mr. Jefferson. There's another. There's another nickel with lots of nickels. And one more. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nickels. 6 groups of 5. Let's see how much that is. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There are my nickels. And the last coin I have to sort are pennies. Pennies are pretty easy to recognize because they're a different color than the other coins. And Mr. Lincoln is on the front. Since pennies are the only thing left, they're kind of already sorted into a pile. I have 5 pennies. 5 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 makes 5 cents. So now I've sorted my coins into groups. quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. Let's see if we can get really fancy and figure how much money we have in the whole group. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look. If you remember, if I have 3 quarters, that's 3/4. That makes 75 cents. So we have 75. Now I'm going to count by tens. Remember, we would jump straight down on the hundreds chart. So we have 75, 85, 95, 105, 115, 125, 135, 145. Wow. Now let's do the nickels. Remember, nickels are by fives. So we're at 145. Now we're going to count by fives. 145, 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, 175. And now we have our pennies. We're counting by ones. So we're at 175, 176, 177, 178, 179, 180. Wow, that's pretty cool. 180 cents. But most people wouldn't say, I have 180 cents. They would say, I have $1.80. And I can show it like this if I wanted to. This is $1, and then here's my 80 cents that go with it. $1.80. That's pretty cool. Did you know each school year is supposed to have 180 days? And that matches the number of coins I have. We had 180 cents. And we usually have 180 days in school together. This year, some of our school's been at home, hasn't it? So I hope that you enjoyed the book that I read to you about coins. I hope you enjoyed the poems that we learned about coins. And I hope that you enjoyed sorting coins. Sorting coins is something that you can do at home with your family. You can also practice the poems that we just learned together. Here's a view of what those poems look like. So if you'll take some time this week and practice saying those poems and sorting coins, on our next video, I'm going to teach you a really fun game called Collect 25 Cents that you can play with your family. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. I miss you all. I love you. Bye.